Good afternoon, everyone. We are back again, whether you wanted us to be or not. We're here. We're going to change things up a tad for this episode because some things happened over the weekend that we want to chat about, and one of our members of this duo here wants to bloviate for a little bit about a topic that again came out over the weekend, and we'll get right into that. But first off, sad news for the wrestling world. Hulk Hogan died, 71 years old.
Yeah.
Cardiac arrest, I think, is what they had said. Grew up watching him. Um, he was from a lot of the wrestlers. They say he was very difficult to work with, but regardless, he was a wrestling icon, and he'll be missed by the wrestling world.
I wasn't a wrestling fan. I didn't watch that. I know one of my mom's dad did, but Gorgeous George was, I think, his guy.
That's the crazy thing, though, is the fact that like people who didn't watch or don't watch wrestling, you could still look and be like, "Oh, that's Hulk Hogan."
Oh, like, yeah, it was hard to miss.
Well, the yellow and the red, and
Oh, and Chuck Mangione passed away.
Who's that?
He's a musician. His number one hit, was Played Forever. I still listen to it. We've been listening to it since. Is Feel So Good by Chuck Mangione. It's all mostly trumpet and brass for him. When you sit down to watch Mr. Smith Goes to Washington, play a little bit of it.
I may do that tonight because I'm kind of tired today, so I may throw that movie on. Let's hop right into what happened. So, gonna set up the scenario here. A few weeks ago, I emailed the Bexar County, which is here, San Antonio. Well, I didn't need background music.
That was not Chuck Mangione. That was my alarm I set for this.
I emailed the Bexar County Democrats because I wanted to try to get somebody on who has a differing view, a differing opinion, essentially the opposite of us, so we can bring that open dialogue, talk about what makes them tick, what makes us tick, maybe find some common ground, maybe just agree to disagree, something of that nature. But anyway, wanted to get one of them on, chat about that. So one person within that email gave me somebody else's information. They didn't get in contact with me for probably a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. They finally emailed their phone number, or they called me and left a voicemail. I gave that info to Angela because she had the morning off. Roz wasn't,
she's been out
making her work too hard. She reached out to this person, who very nice. Angela said they're supposed to have lunch. This person from the Bexar County Democrats. She's Bexar County Democrats, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They're supposed to have lunch when things kind of settle and vacations are over and all that good stuff. So looking forward to that, and hopefully we can get her on. But in the meantime, I had specifically asked about protests and who organized them, how they got going. That's what I wanted to talk about with the person coming on here. Well, they set Angela up. I guess they gave Angela that information to speak with this person. She reached out to him. He's the organizer here locally of the 50501, which is, or 5051, which is, I think, 50 protests, 50 days,
50 protests, 50 states,
50 states, one day.
It was for the No Kings.
The No Kings rally. Yeah. Okay. Well, they were successful in that. So
we still don't have a king.
To them for that.
Yay!
So Angela asked me if I could give this guy a call at 5:30 yesterday. Was it?
No, it was Friday. Thursday or Friday.
was like, yeah, once I get off work, I'll give him a call.
Friday.
And yeah, and I was like, yeah, I don't mind. I'll give him a call and we can, set everything up because he wanted to talk to us prior to coming on board. Totally fine. Um,
That was at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon,
yeah, so 4:30-ish.
4:46. He messaged me.
What did he say?
Good afternoon. I won't be available to do the podcast after all. Sorry about that. My response, okay,
Did
how
you
about
did you
another?
reschedule?
Well, my response included a query regarding rescheduling. How about another time? And it was immediate because this is an important subject to me.
Mhm.
It's something important, something I think that we want to get going is some dialogue.
So
And
when you asked him, what was his response?
uh, crickets and tumbleweeds,
He didn't respond?
no response. And today, this afternoon, actually just 10 short minutes ago, hey, it's Angela checking in to see about your availability for a guest spot on the podcast.
So I've seen him on the news. I think his name is Alex.
Yeah,
I've seen him
Sveda.
on the news, and he has no problem getting in front of a camera.
No,
He has no problem getting out there and talking to the news media about his foundation or
his
his
no
whatever they do.
his business. It's a profit. It's a for-profit
Oh, is it?
business. It is. It is not a nonprofit. It is not a 501c. I did my research. It is not a 501c. It's for profit. And can
So
I start?
all the donations and everything that do come in to get these protests and everything going, essentially whatever's left over in his pocket
Nobody knows.
or
It's
somebody's
private. If
pocket.
it's a private company, he can do with it what he wants. What an interview I read, he was quoted. Somebody asked him about that, and he said, "The everything that all the donations, everything we take in goes to um, setting up the protest. Water bottles,
Hmm.
whatever you would need. He said they don't need to pay for porta potties because the people who, I guess, get the permit
Hmm.
have to do that or are required to do that. I'm not sure. It didn't make a lot of sense to me, but basically, the money he takes in, he says, goes to set these things up. But you know, okay, it's a for-profit business. Can I start my bloviation?
Yeah, have at it. I thought
Okay,
that was the
and
start
this
of
is
it.
this is what irritates the crap out of me. We've all seen these videos where at these no kings things, these protests, you name it, where the liberals, the Democrats, socialists, communists, all one big group, as far as I'm concerned, um, get together and they have a protest, mostly peaceful, and and we've seen these videos where someone will come up to ask them a question other than a news reporter, a broadcast,
Hmm.
NBC, something like that, or local channel, which we know how they operate.
We've
They're
seen
there to assist with the protest.
we didn't just see videos of that. I literally took a video of them organized, and we did we can absolutely bring that back up to
Yeah,
show people too if need be. But
but
yes, we know how they operate.
yeah. So when these people go to, their Charlie Kirk or these kind of people, they go to talk to these people at the protest, and inevitably someone in a safety vest comes up and gets in between them, or tells their people that are protesting, "Don't talk to them. Don't talk to them." And then when they're asked why, they're met with silence. And the questions are very innocuous. And granted, the person is there to ask questions, to find out what's going on. Why are you here? And you always hear, "Don't talk to them. just don't talk to them. You can't talk to these people because they're going to take your words and twist them and make us look bad. Okay. I have a problem with that. The problem I have with that is you're cutting off dialogue. You are cutting off, and let me back up. You're not just cutting off dialogue. You're telling the world, we don't want to hear any other positions. We don't want to hear any other argument. We don't want to hear anything that could be other than our opinion, our viewpoint. We just want to be heard. And which to me is fine. But if you want to fix something, let's say there's 100% of the population is split down the middle, 50-50. And this 50% wants to hold these protests and fix something, and they've got all the information, but they don't want to share it with the other side. Or the other side has the information that's going to show these other 50% that, you know what, you're looking at it all wrong, or you're missing this piece of information. But they don't want to talk about it. They don't want to hear it. So that information is dead. It might as well not exist. It's like having the cure for cancer, and the cancer patient doesn't want to hear the cure because it goes against what I believe. You know what? You're going to have to stop smoking cigarettes in order to stop having lung cancer. I don't want to hear that. I'm going to keep smoking my damn cigarettes. I don't care if it's the facts. I don't care if it's the truth. And I'm not saying these people that come up to these protesters have the facts, have the truth. I'm saying that these protesters are being told not to talk to them, not to have a discussion, which may or may not change their mind or the other person's mind, viewpoint. There's a video back when, before the election in November of, I think it was TPUSA was having, Turning Point USA was having a rally. I think it was Turning Point. And on one side, there were some protesters, anti-American protesters. And one of the people from Turning Point USA, had a microphone, a camera, and said, "Hey, let's go to the other side, see if we can talk to them." As soon as they went over there, they were effed up. They, F you, F this, blah, 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 the communist, Nazi, or you're Nazi, or fascist, blah, blah, blah. They finally got someone to say, "Yeah, I'll come over." And all they wanted was someone from that side of the street, literally that side of the street, to come over to the other side, the TPUSA side. They were waiting in line to go inside and talk so they could have a dialogue, a discussion, an exchange of ideas. And it's some middle-aged black dude, and he goes over there and he's like, "You know what, I'll play your game, blah, blah, blah." He goes over there and, and before he's going over there, people are on that side of the other side of the street are saying, "You know what, they're going to hate you, blah, blah, blah," and all this. Goes over there. There's all different colors and creeds of people waiting to get in line to this TPUSA event. And I'm pretty sure it was TPUSA. I'm not sure if I'm not 100%. But a lot of, MAGA people, pro-American people. And this guy was welcomed with open arms. Everybody said, "Hey, can come join us. Hey, we'll let you in. Come on, I'll give you my ticket. You can get in. I'll buy you a ticket. Come on, you can get in." Do you think, and the person who brought him over said, "Do you think they'll be safe in there?" And he says, "Absolutely." So the guy got in. And afterwards, he asked, "Did you feel safe?" "Yeah, absolutely. I felt welcome." But right before he went in, he was saying, "I'm not sure if I'm going to be welcome." Mm-hmm. So he still wasn't convinced. He went inside. He was welcomed. And that's just one person, though. One person took a chance, was open-minded enough to literally cross the street to talk to the people and listen to the people, not just talk, but listen to the people and be in part of the environment. And they learned. The other side, the people from there was a guy that one guy that was in the TPUSA, he's like, I don't think I want you around. You're over there. Change his mind. He changed his mind. And what was funny is the guy got upset. The guy who crossed the street got upset and said, I thought I was going to be welcome here. And the people around this one guy that was saying, I don't want you here. You're anti-American, blah, blah, blah. They around him, they said, you know what? You got to give this guy a chance. He was willing to take the chance and come over here and find out for himself, like a smart person would do, an open-minded person would do, a person who actually wanted to know the truth, not just put his head in the sand and say, I'm going to believe whatever I want to believe or whatever I'm told to believe. And my point about all of this, these people in the vest saying, don't talk to them, blah, blah, blah. That's what this guy's doing. I firmly believe, because I haven't heard from him. I haven't heard from this Alex Feda dude from 5051, 50501, 50501. Yeah. Because, suddenly, and what's funny is I had shared with the woman from Bexar County Democrats a link. She asked for a link to the podcast. I sent her one. I'm sure she shared it or he looked it up. Can't be bothered. And to me, if there was an anti-American podcast, the direct opposite of this, I'm not saying we're, rah, but, we love our country. And I'm sure there are people on the left that love their country. But if some anti-communist piece of crap, socialist, fascist knucklehead had a podcast and invited me on, absolutely I'd go on there. Provided, they're respectful, just like we want everyone else that comes on here to be respectful. Even if I call them anti-American, communist, socialist pieces of work. And it's irritating to me because it's the attitudes like that, the ones that, no, I don't want to hear it. La, 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 I'm not listening, blah, blah, blah. It's very childish, very immature. Nothing gets accomplished. Now, this guy's smart, though. He's got a business. He gets paid by, he's a local guy. It's like set up like a franchise is what it looks like to me. I mean, they're all over the country, but it's a business and it's brilliant. They stage protests and the only cost to them are the supplies, the water and stuff like that, sunblock, I guess. But these people volunteer to protest so they don't have to pay them.
Yeah, he's also a social worker and program manager at University of Texas, San Antonio.
Yeah.
He shares duties with the co-organizer. Maybe we could reach out to Sarah Ramirez, who's the co-organizer of this.
We could.
I'll kind of try to find her information since he's obviously not
willing
or able.
Hey, he can plug his business. Come on and plug your business.
Maybe we can reach out to her. It's a very common name, Sarah Ramirez, but I'm sure with a little bit of gurgling, we can find her. I'll work on that. And
okay, well, when Roz comes back, she'll be able to do that too. I hope.
I definitely agree with you though that you got to have that.
Nothing
dialogue.
will get accomplished.
Yeah, you got to have that dialogue. Kind of an example of what you were talking about, that gentleman that crossed the street and went into Turning Point. A few weeks ago, I went to that Beto O'Rourke thing. And, he had mentioned if you're here, if you're a Trump supporter, Biden, Kamala, whoever, you're welcome here, which he said that. Great. Awesome. Good to hear. The gentleman next to me, just talking crap. The one behind us talking crap because, Republicans just here to start trouble. All I was doing was recording the thing for our podcast. Surprisingly, never said anything. except for when he started clapping in my area, told him to,
Oh
keep
yeah,
his
that's
paws
right. I
to
remember
himself,
that.
Um, but yeah, it's, you have to meet halfway, and be able to have that dialogue.
You have to.
Whether you agree or not doesn't really matter, but have the open dialogue.
Right.
I'm like you, 1000% would go on any podcast and talk to whoever.
Someone's going to put a microphone in front of me. Hell yeah, I'm going to use it.
I don't understand why
Trans.
it's been, so tough for us to get someone from that side of the spectrum over here to
Well, I
chat
saw it
with us.
slowly creeping up. With the hey, don't talk to these people. Don't talk to these people. Don't talk to
Hmm.
these people. It was really bad for a while where people were, they'd surround. They still do it, but they surround whoever's there and form a human shield
And then they
around them.
start
So
their chant.
yeah, and they're screaming and they're blah 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 blah, just showing their mental health, their behavior health issues. Um, and now it's become more organized. And I swear, this guy, whoever started this company, is brilliant. And I'm all about big or small business. I support small business. Um, oh, I wonder if we can get them to hire them to protest outside of Kennedy on a Sunday.
Um, let's see. I'm looking to see if there's anything.
I wonder what they
I'll
charge.
I'll um I'll try to get a hold of this Sarah person and see. Oh, so it does say, though not registered as a 501c3 nonprofit, the San Antonio 501(501) chapter does not, or does accept monetary donations. He says, quote, but it's not enough to really make a huge impact. It's enough to cover the supplies we want to bring out each time.
I like that in the article. It says to
It says
like.
what?
It says he said. Well, read what you wrote. Read that again.
Oh, yeah. But this is a direct quote. But it's not enough to really make a huge impact. It's enough to cover the supplies we want to bring out each time.
You know what? God bless him. He's a He's a small businessman who's basically opened up a franchise here in San Antonio.
Oh,
It's
ex- ex-
annoying.
ex- expenses can include bottled water, snacks, and porta potty rentals, he added.
Oh,
While
they do have
parade
to rent the porta
organizers
potties.
while parade organizers are required to pay for police protection, he said local 50501 marches aren't required to come up with the money since they qualify as a First Amendment protected activity.
Yeah.
So when the police don't show up, who are they going to call to come protect them if it hits the fan?
Well,
Social workers or police?
well, they probably want social workers to do the law enforcement part. So, God bless him. He's already there. He can handle it.
Oh man, that's insane. I will work on trying to get Sarah Ramirez, I think was her name. See if we can get in
Yeah.
touch with her and
There's an
see if
actress, Sarah Ramirez, but I don't
she's
think it's the same
also
one.
a nurse here locally. So I'll see if I can get a hold of her and see if we can get her on to chat a little bit since Alex is apparently either too busy organizing other events, which I get,
Or
or
social working,
just doesn't have the cojones to come on here and chat with us.
which is my guess. Um, oh, and I do want to thank the woman from Bear County. I'm not going to
Hmm.
mention her name. Um, Bear County Democrats for putting us in touch with
Hmm.
Alex and having a conversation. She and I talked for probably about 15, 20 minutes, just about life. And she's of the same mind. It seems she's of the same mind as us. And I would not have found this out. She would not have found this out if we just kept our blinders on, plugged our ears, and didn't have a dialogue.
And pointed fingers.
And pointed fingers and yelled and screamed. We both loved debate. Our most influential teachers in our school, mine in 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, was Mrs. Coverly Davis, was our social studies and debate teacher. And hers, I can't remember the instructor's name, but in high school, her debate teacher, we both agree that nothing's going to happen without dialogue. Nothing positive is going to happen without a dialogue between opposing sides. And we're going to, she seems like a really cool lady. We're going to meet, she's got vacation coming up. She's out of town, and then I'm out of town, going to Mexico when she gets back. So sometime late August, we're going to sit down and have lunch. Seems like a neat lady.
Well, maybe if things work out there, we could have her on to chat about things.
We discussed that.
No pressure on it. Or maybe she can get us in contact with people who she knows.
We're willing to.
You know? Right. Yeah, I know you wanted to kind of make it a short bloviation ish.
Ish.
Did you bloviate everything that you wanted to?
Yeah, enough.
Okay.
I think we found 2 more people for our trivia team. Smart people too.
Oh, okay. That means I have to do less then. It's hard to do less than I already do. But if anybody can, I can.
You're the eye candy.
Let me tell you. Oh, God, we're in trouble. Thank you for hopping on. We'll try to have some videos throughout this week. Try to get back into that routine. Have a couple videos for us to analyze. I know one that we do want to talk about or I want to talk about anyway, is that incident that happened in Cincinnati. Maybe we can touch base tomorrow.
In Cincinnati?
Yeah, it's
at the Jazz Festival.
I don't even really want to show the video, to be honest.
Yeah, it's horrible.
And I don't want to get into it too much now, but if roles were reversed, it would have been chaos across America. We'll talk about it maybe tomorrow if you have time. But definitely want to talk about that and find some other stuff. I had a video I wanted to do today, but no biggie. It's not that important. On Bill Maher.
The one where he talks about the tariffs?
Yeah, I wanted to do that one. So some good things. I definitely want
to do that one.
Some good things coming up this week. But I think this one was really important to talk about because it's not about right or left or right or wrong or any of that. It's about getting back into the middle and having conversation, having open dialogue, having communication between the two sides to make things work. And
come together right now.
Now we're doing karaoke hour on Right Side Pride.
Oh my God.
Let's cover microphone.
No.
She's going to pull a Reagan. I paid for this microphone. Well, thank you again for giving us your honest and truthful opinion. We can always count on you for that. If nothing else, we can count on you for that. Maybe be back on tomorrow for a bit if you have time. Okay. Since she talks so much, I'll use her line. And how is it like this? Be good humans?
Yeah, it's a B in sign language.
I'm doing all my sign letters. Okay. Well, anyway, this is a human in human language sometimes. Thank you again, and we look forward to the next episode. We'll see y'all then. Or y'all will see us. We won't see you, but you get it.
Yeah. Bye. Your hosts today have been and still are Hector Barrera and Angela Tapia. This episode of Right Side Pride was self-produced with guidance by the ever-informative producer, Roz. Thank you for tuning in, and we will see you next time on Right Side Pride.